Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is April 25th, 2025, and this is my weekly trade review where I'm reviewing a Condor trade with 0-day option, point 0.2 delta, 10 wide, trying to get to going to make it to 100, but I'm giving myself to a million. I'm going to give myself a full year in order to get there. I see that's what it's probably going to take. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading. So please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right. A little special. What I'm going to do, I am going to give a little presentation on a little bit more of the details of this, but not the real details, because the detail is in you. It's all about how you do this trade, or how, if you actually do this trade. No trade recommendation, but if you start looking into this, how you're going to train yourself to do it, how you're going to actually manage this trade, how you're going to actually do this trade, whatever. That's the hardest part when it comes to this whole trading thing, is you. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk a little bit about goal and plans of this trade, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the basic option stuff: expiration, delta, strikes, open interest, volume, volatility, and theta around this trade. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about how I go about getting my entry, how I looked about placing my entry, and looking at the whole option chain, because some people may not know exactly what I'm doing there, how this actually happens, and a little bit about what I look for about taking profit and my target and my profit targets and stuff, and talk a little bit about my stop and the loss that I may have on, and then losses that you can have on this particular trade. Yeah, my target is like 25%, and I'm give a few examples. And it's all, when I do this particular presentation, all I'm gonna talk about is one contract, and get into a little bit of give you some examples and stuff of that. And that's pretty much it. And the other thing is, I'm gonna get into letting you know right up front, right now, even before, this is not for everybody, because some people may feel that you're putting a lot of money up in order to make a little bit of money, And the other thing is, it's a day trade too. Again, if you're day trading and you want to do this every day, you need to be in an account that's $25,000 or more. The other thing that I want to get into a little bit about is you must close this trade to avoid maximum loss. The time the trade is actually placed and closed is very important. So I'm actually digging into that a little bit more. And the thing is, all this trade is about letting theta decay work for you and staying within the thing it is. And the other thing is, like somebody had asked me, with my live trade at times, I may only place one side. I may not do both sides based on what I'm seeing in the market. So again, it's also good to have a little bit of a market awareness and help keep you maybe out of trouble based on days where the market might be getting ready to trend pretty good to one. You may believe, based on your view of the market, that you might be thinking the market may be getting ready to trend, maybe up or down, and you may just decide you're only going to play one side instead of both sides, or you want to skew this thing maybe from one way or the other, But then you kind of like getting completely out of the plan, But that's what I'm gonna go into a little bit. But that's enough of that little intro about what I'm gonna do. Let's go ahead and get into this trade review. And this trade review this week was a okay week. I did have a bad day this week, but nothing crazy. Let me go ahead and minimize that, and let's Condor on at 53.10, 53.20 on the call side, 51.80, 51.70 on the put side. Received a $3.20 credit. Was able to close that trade for $1.90. I don't know why I put late there. I noticed that on some of my things. Activate, not activate, edit. So I think one day I was late, and late ended up getting on all of them. I'll delete that, because I wasn't late that day, but I was late one day this week, But let's go ahead and go down to Tuesday. As you can see, this is the thing that I'm talking about too. So how this market trended down and went through this strike. Again, you have to get to a point where you got to say, I'm done with this trade. I'm out of this trade. But what's the thing that's happening here in the virtual account, I'm getting mid-fills, and I can go right. I know exactly sitting at 9:45. I can go right here. I know where this crazy mid-fill stuff happens at, and these crazy fills happen at when you get this crazy stuff like this in the market. Option prices go crazy, and it gets to the price that I have it set at, and I get that fill. In your live account, you may not get this. You probably will not get this, to tell you the truth. But let's go down to Tuesday. See, Tuesday was another day. This market started trending to the upside. I think this is the day I actually did one of these days I did a live trade and all, and I just played one side and all. And it was based on what I had saw and what I was kind of expecting for that day and all. And this was, I think it was Tuesday, yeah, just leave it at that. But Tuesday I was able to place that iron condor on 52.70, 52.80 on the call side, 51.50, 51.40 on the put side. Received a $3.10 credit. Was able to close it for $2.10. Was in that trade at 9:35. Out of that trade at 9:38. See, again, this is virtual stuff that's happening, and all because these option prices are going crazy because the market is getting ready to go crazy. They're getting ready to do something a little bit different. And on these first 2 days of the week, the market was kind of bottoming out, and I think we probably had hit bottom, late Monday, and it started trending back up on Tuesday. Wednesday. As you can see, the market was kind of going sideways, and this is the day I got in trouble. Oh, this is the day I was late. Yeah, I ended up waking up late and all, and didn't get in the computer in time. I did place the trade, but I only put 10 contracts out of there. It should have been a no trade day, but I wanted to go ahead and place it and just see how things go and stuff. And that's what I did because it was late, getting in front of the computer late. And all, and I did do it based on where the market was at that time, and all, and again, as you can see, it played out, and it played out more like 10 minutes into this trade. A lot of times this trade you are out before 10, and all, I've been seeing that. When volatility gets lower, it probably is going to start getting closer to 11. Right now, around 10:30, I'm looking at, okay, should I be out of this trade if I'm not out of it already, and all. So that's that. On this day, if I didn't say, Condor was placed 54.10, 54.20, call side 52.70, 52.60 put side, 20 still at the 20 delta, but only 10 contracts. Received the $3 credit and closed it for $2. Made $1 on the trade. And all. Let's go to Thursday. I know that was Wednesday. Thursday was the day I took a loss. This market again, that's one of the things. With the virtual trade, I'm putting the iron condor on, and it gets at times where maybe I shouldn't put that trade on. Or again, if I'm not going to do one side, or get like I talk about this more in the other thing. Well, should you be a little bit more aggressive on one side and give yourself a little bit more room on the other side? Again, and giving yourself still a little bit more room on the other side based on what this market had did this day, you still would have been in trouble. So that's why it gets back to just stick to whatever the strategy is, whatever the data has told you, and just learn to take a small loss. And on this one, I ended up taking a little bit less than a $2 loss on this, but then I thought since the market was trending and going up, so I thought I could buy some options and try to make some of the money back, but I ended up screwing up. And because again, I got to start practicing that more with the 0-day options because they move and work a little bit different than the other options. Yeah, I'm just not used to seeing the way they move and all. So that's something I'm going to do it in a different account. I don't want to do it in this account at all. I'm going to end in this account until I get comfortable with it. I've done it a couple of times, but I realize I got to stop. I'd rather go ahead and do it small, like I normally trade, and all, and practice it, in another account. And once I get comfortable with it, and once I get seeing it with the indicators and stuff that I like using, and all, then maybe I'll start maybe placing both trades, because that's what I do when I'm trading live. I place I'm trading sometimes usually at least a couple of things at the same time, and multiple accounts. So I might start doing that in here, but the key focus here is just this iron condor trade. But I will only probably do that if I see, look like, okay, this market has hit a bottom, look like this market is getting ready to start trending towards the upside or towards the downside, and maybe I should buy an additional call or buy an additional put, buy instead of selling. And I got to kind of look at that and see what's going to be the best way for me to do that. Should I be doing 0-day options? Should I be giving myself a little bit more time? Giving yourself a little bit more time on these options, they're really expensive, and you can end up being in a trade all day long based on just what happened today. I'm going on a little bit more about this stuff. Because I got the other thing on my mind. Let's go ahead and go on to Friday. Today, I was able to place that iron condor this morning at 55.50, 55.60 on the call side, 54.30 30, 54.20 on the puts up. 20 delta was in that trade for $3.50. Was out of that trade at $2.30. Was in there at 9.32, out at 9.42 and all. This was one of those days where, you know, I was still expecting this market to be trending up, and then it started doing this chop thing. And this is one of those. This is that problem with buying options and all, and buying these 0-day options and stuff. You can end up buying an option. You know, you're thinking it's going. You say you buy it at this top. Again, you buy it here thinking it's going to go higher, you know, and then this thing ends up doing this, pulling back on you, going, and you really need to get out, because again, it looks like it's getting ready to form an evening star, and it's going to go lower. So you should be out of that trade, but you don't get out of the trade. You end up, okay, it's going to come down here and make a double bottom. Then it makes a double bottom, then it doesn't quite get back to the top. So now with time going by, and you got the option at a high price and all, and the other thing that we're going to look at right quick here, the VIX is dropping on you. So again, your trade has come back a little bit, but you're losing money and all. You're still losing money. And the thing is, it started going down, and then it drops back. And it's back up here higher than what it was when the market is higher than what it was when you got into it with that option that you had purchased and all. But the VIX has dropped, time has passed, and you're not even at the back to break even. It takes a little bit more time, and the market has to move, and the VIX dropping has to slow down in order for you to make money when you're purchasing options. That's why I'm getting more and more, you know, into this whole selling thing. Should I sell another vertical somewhere below the market, or should I try to sell another vertical somewhere above the market instead of purchasing an option? Period. You know, so that's something, and I did that before when I first started out doing this, to try to figure out, you know, what was the best way to make my money back. And I still see that might be a better way. I'm going on and on. This is going to be the long video, and I'll make a shorter video with just the trade review type thing. But that's what I'm seeing here, and that was the trades this week. Let's go ahead and jump over to the account, where you can see the account tab and what all the craziness that I did do. I'll go to monitor, account statement, and we have to go back some days, 7 days at least. We'll do 7. And this is what I'm talking about here. That this one day I ended up going crazy, and I just started going crazy. It's just what I do. And Monday was the 20. Was it the 21st? I'm checking my calendar right quick. Monday was the 21st, and all. So this is Monday down here. I did that in Condor. 320, 190. Did that in Condor on Tuesday. I'm still doing the 100 those 2 days. 310, 210, and then this is the day that I was late. And I said, it's kind of where I default at my 10 contracts, and I was in for $3 and $2, so I was okay with that. And but it's, again, don't take the additional risk. And then now here is where I was in at 310. I did less than $2. I wanted, with my maximum loss, I wanted to be less than $2 and stuff. Because number one, that's wiping out. Maybe I could be wiping out a whole week if you're losing $20,000 on a trade. And also, but I like to keep it to that closer to that dollar. And I saw it at $1. But you realize I closed the trader at 10:30. I was thinking maybe, you know, that the market would do a reversal around that time, and it didn't. It just got worse, and it was still before that 11 o'clock time period. So I was willing to take a chance on that, but then once I saw that it was done, then I started doing this whole single crap and screwing stuff up. Don't even want to go there and get into that. But then back on today, I got back into that, and I wasn't going to say I wasn't going to go out there and try to make it up from yesterday. Just keep doing the trade as time passed and as trades pass. The account I will reach the million, as long as I don't do too much stupid stuff like that down there. And so this morning, 350, and out at 230, and that's pretty much it on the trades. We didn't look at the VIX. Let me go back over and take a quick look at the VIX, and we'll go ahead and wrap this up. And see, and this is what I'm telling you on the VIX this morning. This is what happened when you purchase options. And like I say, I started practicing trying to buy an option to see what was better. But I'm still seeing, and I was thinking I should have also did a credit spread somewhere around that purchase option, because I used to do that all the time. And so I'm trying to get back to where I'm doing a couple different things and a couple different ways to try to make money back when I have a losing position, and just to make sure I keep myself whole and make sure I hit my minimum for the day. But this is that whole VIX dropping on you, and you purchased an option, so you got your option prices are dropping while the market is going up. So that's the thing that you need to really understand when it comes to buying options. The market can move in your direction, and then if the VIX is too high and it's dropping, you can still lose money. And that's pretty much it. That's all I really want to share. I'm going to make a shorter video. This is Right Side Trader. Hope this is being helpful. I got a little bit wordy there. It's just that when you start trading, well, I'm actually doing some live trades. So once you do that, and you run into some things, but things work out. As long as you understand what you're doing and you know what to do when things start happening. That's it. I hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye. Thank you, new subscribers. Do this